Welcome to Oops All Vampires Month. This is a personal reading challenge that I started for myself last year, in which I spend the entire month of October only reading vampire books. So I just completed my first book, and that was Woman Eating. I listened to this on audio. I loved this narrator. Her voice was so soothing, and I feel like she really played the character very well. So I thought that that was great. Overall, I found that the book was just kind of meh. I was captivated in the story. Certainly, while I was listening to it, I was enjoying it a lot. I was very intrigued by this girl and her story and all of the things that are happening. But then once I got to the end and I looked back, it overall was on the much more boring side, which is unfortunate. For this story, we follow our main character, Lydia, who is a vampire. In this world, you can be turned at any time, but if you're still growing, you will continue to age as a human until you reach adulthood, and then you stop moving forward at that point. So she was a baby, a couple of days old, when her mom, a vampire, turned her. She doesn't feed on humans. Her whole life growing up, she drank pig's blood. So she's kind of she has this very like negative self belief about herself that she is this part human, part monster thing, and she doesn't really know how to come to terms with that. So she is now an adult. She's 23. So she's like actually 23 years old, not someone like in Twilight where you're posing to be a different age. She's actually 23 years old. And she's kind of experiencing some of the things that a lot of other vampires do. Like once they've reached several hundred years, they start to become very jaded about their life, and people have died in their lifetime, and they're just kind of like she's experiencing that, but like as an actual 23-year-old who has recently graduated from college, and she's an artist, and she's got this internship, and she's working in this studio, and she's really struggling with being a vampire and looking ahead at her immortal life and being kind of depressed about this. And she's never really had any friends, and now she's kind of meeting people, but she knows that everything in her life is very fleeting, blah, 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 blah. So it's just kind of like a couple days in her life in which we're following her along her internship, and she's kind of having this almost psychosis meltdown. She is obsessed with food because she can't eat food. She's a vampire. So she watches what I eat in a day YouTube videos, and she food is a very central concept of this book. And I don't know, it's called Woman Eating. Woman does no eating at all. I had really thought at the beginning it would have ended up being a little bit more impactful, but it just kind of ended up being just like a generic sad girl lit fic. I would say like 3.5 stars, maybe. I like the narrator. I'll give it that. I thought the book was fine, just not great. That's all.